Thank
Cool.
you. So this is it.
This is it. As you can see, the staircase, I mean, beautiful wood carved pedestal, banister, spindles. I mean, the ornate woodwork going all the way up. You know, definitely it makes a statement when you walk into the house. Very cool. Very, very large living room. As I told you before, the flocked wallpaper, which is kind of cool, but it unfortunately will have to come down because it's damaged in various places. The corbels and the soffits going all the way around the living room with the columns inside, very cool. All the windows, you notice when you walked in the front door, in this room, and really throughout the house, all has lead beveled glass. This house was vacant for 22 years, and not a single piece is broken or missing, which, go figure.
It seems as though you know every detail of this home.
After I went through the house probably 5-6 times before I offered to purchase it, because when you buy a house, you buy the entire house, including the plumbing, the electrical, the foundation, the roof, all of that. So in coming up with those are my guys working, by the way, in negotiating a price, obviously I've got to factor in how much money I'm going to spend on this thing. So yeah, I mean, except for a couple cracked windows, like I said, all the beveled glass is intact. All the door and window hardware is silver. I mean, it's all intact, not a single piece missing, which is pretty amazing again. The wood floors, although dirty right now, actually are in fabulous shape. They need to get redone. So it's a great house. The library. We removed all the plaster off of the chimney stack to expose the new brick, or the old brick, and we'll keep it exposed. The wood floors underneath the carpet are, again, great shape. We'll redo those. Lead glass, all intact. Again, running new electrical. The electrical had 3 floor outlets, not really conducive to today's lifestyle. So I'm running all new cable, new coaxial cable for the TVs and computers, and the gas fireplace was still working. I walked in here, lit a match, turned it on, still on after, I don't know how safe that is, but after 20-some years, it still works.
Yeah.
So, room. This is where I've tried to pull all the stuff from downstairs. Here's kind of where the living room and dining room, we're trying to collect stuff. You know, there's so many items. Like the Colonel's son, John, the guy was obviously he was a model, worked in Japan for Revlon after the war. Lots of cool old black and white photos of the family and family members. You know, various, so many unique little manuals and books, General Washington swords and campaign equipment. I mean, just Mount Vernon. I'm inundated with so much stuff in this house, it's hard to keep track of.
So when you purchased the house, you purchased the house and everything inside?
The stuff inside, yeah. Old photos of what the house used to look like. Is that
an old passport right there?
Lots of old passports. Let's see here. This was Colonel Ayers' passport. It was his wife's.
Wow.
And gosh, this was his wife's again, Sarah's. Other unique stuff, like in loving remembrance of Charles Nice, died December 29th, 1898. Wow. And things like that, there's a plethora of items that I can't even keep track of. But very, very cool stuff. Everything from Japanese Christmas cards, beautiful Japanese Christmas cards, to, I can't tell you how many Japanese fans that I have found throughout the house. Some that have not even been opened. just amazing. And then probably even some really unique stuff. And I've got a lot of stuff still at my house that needs to be appraised. But, you know, items such as this, I mean, beautiful.
Yeah.
And there are, as you can see, I mean, I have multiple bronze, iron, ceramic, glass vases that are unique boxes, statues, candelabras, really so much I can't keep track of.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do like again, there's so many things for me to get the background on, and I've got Jan, who owns First Class Clutter downtown. She's been extremely helpful in researching a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah.
Everything from fishing gear to manuals to clothing to jewelry to you name it. I mean, very helpful. So. This is kind of a learning thing for you too. Absolutely. I feel I know the Ayers family really well now.
Sure.
You know, the sister, the two brothers, the dad, the mom, what they did in Japan, what they did for a living. So it's a walk down history lane. That's for sure. Yeah. So this is going to be a great room. The dining room. Once we finish the fireplace, it's got, you know, an awesome crystal chandelier. We'll finish the seated rotunda. You know, in the afternoon, the light, beautiful. Again, more beveled glass,
Yeah.
all intact. At my other house as
Do
well.
you?
Yeah.
Is that like an old house thing?
It is an old house thing because back in the day, they had maids, they had servants, they had butlers, hence butler pantry.
Yeah.
And everyone is amazed, like, when they see the house and then they see the kitchen, which is small, there's nothing fancy about it, because the owners never went in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. The help went in the kitchen. So, yeah, a lot of the older homes have a butler's pantry where food would be prepared in the kitchen, but then plated and prepared here. They unfortunately took the china, but the heirs packed up all the Noritake china that was in there. I wish they'd left it, but I can understand why they took it. But this wall will disappear to expand the kitchen area. It needs some work.
And it looks like you have some ammunition here.
I do. I like to keep my ammunition and my dishes together. Those were left here. I believe Howard Jr. Wants some or all of those, which I'm going to pack up and make sure he gets those as well. But still works. I mean, every burner still works on it. Wow. I'm definitely going to keep that and utilize that in the kitchen. The awesome 1950s metal cabinets are not staying. So I think someone will want those, but it is not I.
Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of cool. The Maid Call Box. Every room has what you would consider like a push button, a doorbell, almost like that. So when you press the button up there, it's not hooked up right now, and I will get it working. When you press the button, the bell will ring, and the room would light up with the arrow, telling the service members what room they need to go to. This was cool. This was, I believe, the mom, Colonel's wife Sarah's old band outfit I found in one of the closets. When she obviously was a little girl, unless she was very, very tiny. With her cape and her skirt and the jacket and the hat. Just neat stuff you find as you're digging through closets.